real estate teams have inside lingo, terminology, things that they use?
No, it's the word demystifying. And if I could get glitter arches for these spirit fingers when I say it in editing and production, that would be perfect.
And I think it works.
Didn't say it didn't work. It's just, you said what makes me roll my eyes, and it sure does.
You're just pissed now because you're like, shit, it does work.
Hi, welcome back to Moving Socks. It's time we fix that. Woo!
Got the tagline right this time. That's good.
Did.
We just made an important discovery that cleaning the lens of a camera helps Jen's appearance.
Yeah, I'm way too tan to look this pale. Yeah. Who knew? Who knew that just wiping my camera lens does a world of difference visually? If people are listening to the audio of this, cool. That doesn't make any difference. If you've been watching the shorts on Instagram or on YouTube, sorry.
Totally. Well, listen, today we're going to talk about some fun stuff because every team, actually, I don't know. I am assuming that real estate teams have inside lingo, terminology, things that they use.
We are a special breed.
We are. I've got a bunch of kitschy sayings. And you got big opinions, big egos, and you do this long enough, you do come up. At least I come up with some phrases that I use to put a point on put an exclamation on some of my communication. So
sure, there are teams and agents that have them, but are probably just too respectable to say them in front of clients. We're just real.
That's right. We are real, and we are. Yeah, and we really try to, we try to be casual with our people and try to make them laugh and stuff like that. There's plenty of times to be serious in this business and in the process, but
like I always say, if you can find a time to make something fun, have fun.
That's right. So the thing is, I brought some of these with me before real estate, or at least before I met anyone that's on the team currently. People, but the clients like them. It gets the point across. And you had been on enough
found
meetings.
Their ways into our core values as well.
Yes, one of our core values is one of these things, and you've been on enough meetings and been enough appointments and phone calls to hear me spout some of these things. Also, did you want to bring up anything that's especially eye roll worthy for Jen that I say often?
If we're starting with eye roll worthy, I mean, I guess we can save the best for last, which is the one that made it into our core value. So listen to the end for that one.
Okay.
The most eye roll worthy Sethism that
it is a Sethism. Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, they are Sethisms, and that is a coin phrase of our coin phrase.
Oh yes. Not to be confused with see also Sethstimates.
Sestimate. That's a good one.
No, it's the word demystifying. And if I could get glitter arches for these spirit fingers when I say it in editing and production, that would be perfect.
It reminds me of that Shia LaBeouf magic.
It's LaBeouf. Go on.
LaBeouf or whatever. The magic gif. It's magic.
Mm-hmm.
It is?
The word is demystify.
Is it a word?
Okay, so the only person I've ever heard use that word is you. But then in the past, like one singular week, I've heard it at least 2 other times. Just I sent you that video. I sent you a reel of somebody using some word of demystifying. Or no, it was the email. It was an email that I had gotten, some article. And an article had a headline of demystifying the something or other.
Dude, if it's in print and you understand what I mean when I say it, it's a word. It's done. Call Webster's, add it, catalog it,
just say it so casually. We're going to be here to demystify the process and the like.
Well, what's a better word?
I don't know, but it just
clarify.
I was going to say clarify. Clarify is a great one.
Clarify.
I mean, sure. I guess anybody could use the word clarify. Not just anybody uses word demystify, because I don't think
Demystify, it's a
anybody ever
good
comes up
word.
and says, this process is very mystifying to me. Let
Yeah,
us demystify it for you.
that's right.
I don't know. It
Well,
just,
the demystify infers some indecisiveness, some mystery. We're going to demysterize it, mysterious it for you, and I think it works.
didn't say it didn't work. It's just, you said
you're
what
gonna,
makes me roll my eyes, and it sure does.
you're just pissed now because you're like, shit, it does work.
I never said it didn't work. It's just an interesting choice of words. It makes me in my
Again,
mind think of like, oh, this mysterious dark situation of,
nebulous
oh well, we're
labyrinth.
gonna demystify this for
It's a
you.
it's a
There's a fog that's coming through, and we're just gonna clear the fog and all the smoke screens. It just sounds very dramatic.
Jen. Don't I do that? Don't we do that?
What?
Our clients are lost in a fog. They can't even see each other through the fog. And we bring them together and we navigate them like a compass through the fog towards their real estate goals. Don't you think we do that?
Yes, we
Yeah,
demystify
we
all
demystify
of
the
it.
shit out of that. That's right. Okay,
It's so dramatic. And
it's great.
it's again, I roll my eyes because it's so how casually it is said. And I'm
Yeah.
like, who uses that word?
When you say it about 4,000 times in your life, then it becomes pretty casual. The aura of it wears off.
The
When
aura
I'm
is
sitting
not
here
lost on the rest of us.
when I'm sitting here at 9:30 at night with a polo shirt and my pajama pants on a Zoom call with my clients and I'm saying demystify, it loses some of its allure. I'm ready for bed. Anyway,
Are we caring
what's
about pajama pants?
yeah, I actually have an appointment, so I don't have those on, but usually I will if we're doing this bulk recording. What else? What else you got? What are some of the other ones that you roll your eyes at?
Well, what's one that you have officially coined a term of the SLG, and don't give. Oh, you know what? No, I'll go with a not eye rolled one, and just one of my favorites that I use on a very regular basis, whether it's used to describe a place or give an antonym of a place. Raging shithole.
Raging shithole, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. I love that term.
Yep. And it's funny. It's kind of become my version of demystifying, where it just like lost its appeal on me. But I just say it is just like very casual conversation, and others seem to find that very funny when I say it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, it's a really good way to describe something, or to say like when I'm not using it to describe something. It's a so long as it's not a raging shithole, you're fine.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
segues me into another one that we use. This isn't one specific word as much as it is a phrase and description. Well, no, it's not a description; it's a phrase to explain why a house will sell or not sell.
Oh yeah, I
You
got
know this
that one.
one?
Yeah. It comes down to price, condition, and location. As long as it's priced right, doesn't smell like a foot, and it's in a good location, it's going to sell.
Man, should have tried to say that at the same time because that's exactly what I was going to say.
That's you could shake me awake in the middle of the night. I've said that so many times to
I did it
justify,
yesterday. I might have said
because
it this morning.
yeah, I said it. I literally said it last night at an estate appointment. Yeah, because they were really curious about pricing, and I
Mm-hmm.
said, listen, honestly, the main goal here is that as long as you got to fill those three things, and as long as it's priced right, doesn't smell like a foot, and it's in a good location, which this house is,
Mm-hmm.
it should sell.
Yeah, so
You know, which is
that's my friends last night. They're looking for a rental because of they're displaced at the moment due to a house fire. And I was talking to them last night. They're entertaining the idea of eventually buying. And I was explaining to them, I was like, well, listen, I said from because rentals and sales, as far as like a days, I was explaining the days on market to them. I said rentals will have like a little bit higher of a days on market, typically because they're combing through just for the right tenant. I said, so the days on market for a rental aren't going to really equate to how days on market for a sale would. So, I was like, like 11 days on market for a rental is still pretty, it's fairly standard. And that's not like too long. I said, but 11 days on market for a house that's for sale, that's a while. And
could be
they're
a
like,
raging
really?
shithole. Man. Could be a raging
Could be a
shithole.
raging shithole, but I was in it. It's not. But I was like, and he was like, wait, really? And I was like, oh yeah. I was like, 11 days on market right today in our area for those who are listening in the Philadelphia suburb area. I'm like, that's a lot. I said, because I said, if your house is priced right, it's in a good location and it doesn't smell like a foot, it's selling in a weekend.
Yep.
Like, oh, wow. So,
Yeah,
yes,
but again, you try to make it like digestible to the client. Like, there's so many things that people can think of, and it's like, well, what about the pool, or what about the roof, or
there's
like,
a,
what
there's a
about
person for everything.
the curb appeal or whatever? And I'm like, no, I mean, those are really the three tranches of real estate. So, I have another one that I actually brought to real estate, and it's peasant. Peasant, fucking peasant. And I call it, so like, if there's certain towns that I use it in multiple ways, but if there's certain towns where it's like, it's not the best, I call it Peasantville, like not Pleasantville, but Peasantville. But it can be a descriptor for people's quality of work.
I was going to say the act of doing work and the
Yeah.
quality of it can be peasant.
Or if it's like bully somebody, like, don't do that peasant ass shit. Like, hire someone to do that, or send that over to the Philippines, or have Bob do that, or whatever. Or it can be a noun where you just kind of just assign anything. It's like, that's peasant. Yeah. I mean, we do. Do we have any positive? We have raging shithole. I don't think we have any real positive terminology. This is really just a back end look at our team of like how we really feel about a lot of things, I guess.
I mean, listen, because I mean, it's calling something a raging, but saying that something's not a raging shithole. Honestly, I say that more than I call things raging shitholes.
Yeah, but it comes from a place of like, as long as it's not a raging shithole, which we've seen a lot of, you should be okay. It comes from more of the negative space.
Because we got to put a different flair on negativity to make it.
But this is more or less. Tell us how you really feel, SLG. Like, tell us how you really feel.
I mean, demystifying is such a hopeful, optimistic word. See, it's not all for nothing. And we didn't even get into the Peggys.
You know what? I'm glad you brought up, because as a woman, as a man, I did not want to bring up Peggy. But if you'd like to bring up Peggy, why don't you explain to everybody because I can't take this.
So Seth came up with this, and it was Seth's idea.
So you're just like sitting there blaming me for it. Okay.
He did. And no offense to any of the Peggys out there. It's kind of like how the Karen took over, and I feel bad for all you Karens. And by the way, side note, there's like this thing going around of like, what name is going to be the new Karen for our generation? It's between two for females, and do you know what they are? Jennifers and Jessicas. Like calling somebody a Karen. It's going to be because those are the names that were really popular then. But I think Jessica is getting taken over, and it's funny. One of my old associates used to call me, okay, Jessica. I think that was his way of calling me a bitch. But anyway, the Peggys, not to be confused with a Karen. They are a different person. Peggy is the pencil pusher. Sorry, Seth. Am I distracting you, or are you deep in thought down there? Are you writing a novel?
I am very, very, very much trying to demystify something right now, if you don't mind.
Okay, that'll be nice. The viewers always wanted to see the top of your head.
I am waiting to see how you thread this needle with Peggy.
Oh, okay. No, it's just as if somebody's going to explain a Karen, I'm going to explain a Peggy. And a Peggy is the person who's sitting at her desk. She responds to emails. She's more the tactical, the back end, the paper pusher, the administrator. The administrator. She's the administrative person, where Seth and I are not Peggys. We would lose our ever-loving minds if we had to sit in a cubicle 9 to 5 all day and just respond to emails and push buttons on a computer No.
Yep.
But a Peggy will.
Yeah. Peggy at the front desk.
Peggy at the front desk will do that.
I
Listen,
use that.
Peggy's not a bad thing.
No, Peggy's
We need Peggy.
actually is almost always pleasant.
Yeah.
And Peggy's are very important. Peggy's are people who like in the background just kind of make the stuff happen.
Yes.
Like I use this to
Our front desk person from our old brokerage, she's a Peggy and I love her.
Yeah. No.
I love me a Peggy.
I usually I say the Peggy at the front desk a lot when I describe brokerages, and we've talked about on this pod about where I think the American real estate brokerage is going, where you know the Peggy at the front desk who's like keeps everything stocked and make sure the settlement tables like got snacks and you know greets people and all that, and like I don't think that's going to be needed in the near future, but
now it's used as an insult when we're calling an agent a Peggy.
Yeah, well, when an
agent's calling another agent a Peggy, that's not.
Yeah, the Peggy agent is the person who has everything so buttoned up in their business, but they're just like total rule followers, and we're rule followers too, but like just so like not creative. I don't know. There's like a part of it where they're so worried about process and code of ethics, and all, that's what like occupies most of their decision making process. Whereas, of course, we're ethical. We follow all the rules, but I don't find a lot of.
Really put a different definition to an agent, Peggy. That's not. I have an agent in my mind when you just said that, and it's so not a Peggy. And actually, it's somebody I definitely respect as an agent. But I think if I'm calling an agent a Peggy, I'm thinking of them as you have a real estate license, you do this part-time while you really do something else for the office. You do maybe like 1.5 million a year, and you're not in the trenches of the actual ins and outs of the real estate all day, every day.
Yeah, I also think some Peggy's are conversely to like the admin, like some Peggy's are a pain in the ass. Like they're like I won't present this until there's like absolutely every little where there's like one little like completely meaningless discrepancy on some document somewhere. And it's like I cannot present it until it's fully fleshed out. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Like the lender
far between. I have sent offers back to the agent if I'm reviewing them, and it's like this will bring us to the last one when we get there, where I look at it and it's not that they just missed one line here.
Oh yeah.
It's like when there are so many discrepancies in it, I go, I need you to take this back, fix it, submit it correctly and in its entirety before I can present that. And that's just to show that you're a competent agent. And that if we do pick this offer, that I understand that you understand what's going to have to happen going forward, and I'm not going to have to do your job for you.
Yep.
That's all.
Yeah. I got one like 3 weeks ago, and I just said, listen, but like I have to present it. Like my seller like really wants to see them all. Like you got to clean this up. I was like, because I know it's going to happen. He's going to look at all the other ones and he's going to look at yours and he'll be like, this guy, I was like, I like your offer is a nice offer. I don't know if it's going to be the winning offer, but like, you gotta take this thing back and try a little harder and just fill in the gaps. And, you know, sometimes I'll be like this line, just because I need to, like people to move faster. But yeah, sometimes people just, you know, submit dog shit offers and they don't have things filled out, which I'm not a fan of.
Well, that does bring us to the last SLG term. That has become.
And it is a core value.
It is a core value officially. And it's no hackassery.
Yeah.
Like those offers that are, listen, if you like don't put in the seller or buyer's address, fine. Like it's honestly, that's fine. Sometimes you don't necessarily know what's put. But like if you're leaving stuff blank or you've like missed signatures on a certain page, like there is a level of thoroughness and to show that you do know what you're doing, or just like process the way that you put something into your agreement. Please show me that you're not a hack ass, because that's just going to tell me what I need to know about the rest of the transaction.
Do you know why that's a core value of mine or of the team? I assigned it as a core value of the team.
Oh, how many meetings did we have about our core values? Oh, yes, we've talked about all these at length because we're not hack asses.
That's right.
We are not going to go into the marketplace as hack asses to other agents or for our clients. Because honestly, I mean, yeah, that's like, agent facing. I know that this here is a podcast to talk to you as, the consumer, the average person, but like this directly affects you as our clients. Like if you're working with an agent who lets these details go, like it's all about like how you're being perceived. And do you want to be represented by somebody who is just going to be a hack ass and kind of like gloss over details? Or do you want to work with somebody who has no hack assery way of doing stuff and actually does things thoroughly, completely, can have very educated conversations with the other agent to work in your behalf?
Yeah. So no hackassery as a core value is a cover-all philosophy on, we do this at a very high level. And that goes everything from how we fill out docs to, I don't want attitude. Like if someone's got to get up early and like start doing those docs, or going the extra mile for your client. Signs crooked in the yard, shitty pictures, not well lit, no booties, like, skipping meetings, doing, it is a coverall thing where like we try to do, it's very much in the how you do one thing is how you do everything,
Mm-hmm.
and as you know, we used to have a very big team.
Yep.
There were a lot of people on that team who didn't come with us for various reasons. And that can go down to mindset. It can go down to how they do the business. It's whether they get up in the morning, actually do anything with real estate. Do they follow instructions? What's their like attitude in meetings? Like, what is their, mentality towards the market? Whatever that is, all goes to, and I think that is one. I think actually no hackassery in our dashboard. It's the first core value, because I personally can't be around those people. I just can't. I don't want their shit poisoning mine. Although the dynamic, it's hard to do it because I'm the team leader, but it's also to protect you. It's to protect you from having to listen to bullshit, hack ass excuses, pessimism, all that. And also like, and peasantries. Yep. And like, that's a real thing. I mean, I feel really strongly about that. Like when I got into this business, I was like, I'm going to do this like at a really high level. Like I never want ever for one of my clients to be like, man, like Seth was great, man. He's like a cool guy, but I mean, he just had so many loose ends in that transaction. Like I always had to call him. He never called me back. I just wouldn't even be able to sleep. And like, I don't have a client like that, like ever. Like I've never handled a client that way. And you don't either. Mm-hmm. And that's the reason why you're still with me. Some people have left the team for various reasons, career changes, that type of stuff, but
and that core value extends out to anybody that we work with. And that right. That we refer to you.
Yes, it is more of a philosophy. It's kind of funnily named. I think we even hashtag no hackassery, but it is an extension of our approach to this business. And anybody who doesn't share it doesn't get our referrals. I've already sent 3 referrals today to contractors. All of them adopt that, where it's just serious. Everyone has a good time. We can all laugh. We all joke around or whatever. But when push comes to shove and like we have to get something done, it gets done.
Yep.
And so it's I find it to be a really effective kind of way to demystify and avoid the peasantries.
For those listening, yes, I did just roll my eyes heavily.
Yes. Because it's a pastime of mine. I love doing that. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, we have a lot of fun on this team. We do a lot of laughs.
We have to break up the killer nature of this business. It goes in every direction. And yes. Oh my God, how did we forget the one we use the most? I just brought this up over the weekend at Jackson's baseball game.
And it's effective. I know exactly which one you're talking about. Does it have to do with the largest land mammal on the planet?
No.
Oh,
Oh,
elephant eating the elephant
it's
one bite at a time.
number one. Our number one tracked our FPMs, Seth.
Oh yeah, the FPMs.
The FPMs, because I was talking to, it was a friend of mine's mother-in-law. I was sitting next to her at the game. And yeah, she said something about like how many times she throws the F-bomb into something at work. And I was like, oh, we have a term for that. It's called FPMs, F's per minute.
Dude,
And boy, oh boy, do they go flying. And that is something we use and measure on a
oh
daily
my God.
basis.
I am telling you right now, I'm like recently, if someone could record me in my car talking to my fellow man, trying to get from appointment to appointment, I mean, they'd be like, you Bob, like we got to take him out of circulation. It's just
I'd
a matter of
love
time
to
till he
know
just
what
like
your
drives over some.
I'd love to know what your FPMs were on your way to Chris and Kelly's for walkthrough.
It was I said some of the meanest shit to this night. She had to have been 95 years old driving this car. I mean, I just, I mean, but she was 90. I mean, she was so old, she could barely drive. And I was like, I was running late and like, I actually said it. And then I passed her and then I just started laughing. I'm like, oh my God, if somebody heard me, they would think I was like completely mentally unhinged. I mean, I was so pissed off.
I mean,
It
how many
was,
times have we been on a call in the morning or 8:30s and I'm in the car and somebody decides to, Megan, our lender, just dealt with this with me the other day. I was on Northeast Extension and I can't, oh my God, my FPMs are about to go off. Some a-hole was like completely cut me off. And so I take a solid 30 seconds and I'm ranting on about how much of a dickhead these freaking people are on the road. Never me. Oh yeah,
well,
that's when my FPMs go flying.
I don't think we ever define what FPMs are.
Are we allowed to say it on the internet?
Yeah, let's just say it.
And yes, I did. I said F's per minute, but it's fucks per minute.
There we go.
That's going to end up getting bleeped out, but people have an imagination and know what it says.
Yes.
Yes.
So that is one, but we also didn't talk about the elephants, but we talk about the elephants all the time on this pod, so we don't have to go through it. That was the one I thought you were going to bring up
No.
first. Yeah. It's a good saying though.
You
It's
wanted a
good way.
positive one, so if you want to end on a high note.
No, we don't need to end on that one because everyone knows about it, but it is a good one to start taking action. That's the reason that people don't take action is because something's too big or they don't know how to start and it's just you just start.
And
You
they
just
need
start
to
taking action.
eat the elephant one bite at a time.
You can pick other land mammal. You can pick any other large animal to eat the shark one bite at a time. Eat the.
I don't know why it sounds weirder for any other animal.
Well, it's because I've ingrained it in your head. It's like it's routed into your neural net.
It's like
thing.
I'm gonna say, eat the hippo one bite at a time.
Yeah, you can say that. It's
That's
fun.
weird.
Yeah, no, it's fine. So, all right, well, let's wrap this up. But yeah, that's a back end look at all the little terminology. We got all kinds of like little things that we say, but we're
Should I add them onto my my real estate terminology cheat sheet in my buyer's packets?
Totally.
That would actually be really fun to pepper in on that.
Yeah, earnest money deposit, FPMs, EMD,
hackassery, escrow.
No, but in all seriousness, we have a lot of fun. We cry a lot together. We laugh a lot, and the next thing we should probably talk about is who is truly a national treasure. The team had an extremely, and I was just sitting there watching the team kind of go back and forth. We had an extremely animated debate on who was a national treasure for the United States, and we were talking.
It got heated, and there is a team member who almost got kicked off the team because of their very incorrect.
I also privately messaged you because you just lit up Renee. And I was just like, oh my God, this is the fucking best. I love this.
Oh, wait, because she doesn't think that Kelly Clarkson's talented?
She said she was annoying. I don't think she said she wasn't talented.
Or something along the lines of she's not that great. I said, would die on the hill. Am I I'm not Kelly Clarkson's biggest fan, fan club president.
You can't.
Not a single person on this planet can tell me that there is anybody who can do well. I mean, you can tell me that like there's somebody who can rival Kelly Clarkson, but you cannot tell me that Kelly Clarkson's not exceptional at what she does.
I would agree.
That voice, the fact that she covers, anytime she covers another artist's song, I feel bad for the original artist because it's like, oh no, Kelly Clarkson's covering my song. Oh shoot, I'm not going to be the best one in singing it anymore.
Yeah. So, all right, let's adjourn.
All right. On that note,
see you guys.
Hope you had fun.